Buenos dias, Nerf herders. It's Nerm here, and I'm here today with a very special retaliator. Why, it's Little B. Now, Little B was the second blaster I ever modified. It was a retaliator. I put a bigger spring in it, messed it up, did a bad job, but hey, I was new. So, what I did to salvage Little B was I went ahead and put an XBZ inside of Little B. Retaliator, XBZ, Praxis stock, long strike barrel, and Raider foregrip to control the breech open and close. The breech is a special breech in my design. It's called the Black Widow breech. It allows the mag to feed the darts, or you can actually top load through the top. Pretty nifty. So, enough with the jibber jabber. Let's get on to all the painting techniques that went into this and all the beautiful, beautiful construction that made Little B a possibility. Little B has gone through many changes over my Nerf career. From its humble beginning as an upsprung retaliator, it became a force to be reckoned with when Darth Vader helped me friction fit a muzzle-loaded Extreme Blastzuka inside of it. She's reached her final and third form. Now with the addition of the Black Widow brass breech and the Katana mag system, for the repaint of Little B, I shaved all the logos and did some light sanding to prep the surface for the new paint and hydro dips. The idea for the paint scheme came to me when I saw a beautiful hot rod that had been wrecked. So was born a new genre of paint I call Candy Apocalypse. I started the paint job with a white Orchard Supply primer, followed by a Rust-Oleum metallic silver. Post-silver, I clear-coated the blaster with VHT wheel clear coat. I then airbrushed the sunburst pattern and light tan on the grip, hydro-dipping the burl wood over the entire bottom half of the blaster with a mask of frog tape and FBS vinyl masking over the top half. I then came through with the airbrush and sprayed the proprietary red over the top half. More masking and airbrushing followed, leading its way up to the hand-painted blue stripes, gold lettering, and filigree work across the grip. I then encountered a problem when I used an old can of 2K clear coat that left an orange peel effect on the finished surface. I had to wet sand the blaster with 1200 grit sandpaper and shoot a new clear coat layer on top. With the main body of the blaster finished, I moved on to the prime mechanism, which was masked and painted with Createx airbrush paints and Rust-Oleum leak seal. Finished it off with a fabric foam wrap to make it more comfortable to prime. I cut the middle support off the Praxis stock and reinforced the stock arms with aluminum tubing. I then painted the stock using the exact same technique. The long strike barrel, though, presents many painting challenges, being a multiple layered piece. So I masked and hydro-dipped the outer shell before going in with the more mask and airbrushing on the outer guards. The internal workings were painted with 7 different types of metallic Citadel model paints. The barrel itself was masked 50% and dipped in a carbon fiber hydro dip, then rinsed, dried, masked, and dipped on the remaining side. To finalize all paint, I used a Spray Max 2K clear and did 4 coats on the entire blaster. After the blaster was fully cured and dried, I took a foam buffing wheel and a 3M automotive rubbing compound and polished the entire blaster. For the final step, I used Meguiar's mirror finish to glaze with the foam buffing wheel to give that blaster the perfect mirror finish. The Black Widow breech is built from a barrel that is sized at 9/16 brass with a 19/32 outer sleeve. The sleeve is open and closed by the Raider foregrip, which uses the original Raider control bar silicone taped to the brass sleeve. The bottom opening is rectangular with chamfered corners so the darts won't catch. The loading hole on the top is an oval so darts from the mag won't pop out through the top. The sleeve will actually push the darts back to the head of the barrel when the breech is closed halfway. Once the breech is closed, 10 pumps on the retail grip will launch darts around an average of 150 feet per second. With the breech closed, the Katana mag can be placed in or out, so you can remove or insert a magazine when it's closed. So far in combat, I've never had to switch mags. As you can see from the chrono readings, the blaster is right where I want it. Seeing it, the cap for NoBACoN is 150 feet per second. Stick around until the end of the video for some helpful tips and tricks. and to see all the paints I used on this blaster. Well, there you have it, Nerf herders. Little B. The XBZ, I think, is a big punch. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions about painting, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. And in the meantime, buenas noches, Nerf herders.
Let's talk about something that not a lot of people talk about. Let's talk about doing the cleaning of your barrel. If you have a high-powered air blaster, a Springer, and a brass barrel, you're going to want to go ahead and clean that barrel, usually after every war. So I'm going to go ahead and take my handy-dandy ramrod here with the grabber on the end, and I'm going to go ahead and soak this in alcohol and stuff it down the barrel. So some things you want to be careful when you're using 91% alcohol. If you have a painted blaster, you don't want to go ahead and get that all over your painted blaster. It is a solvent and it will ruin your paint. Other thing is, when you put your ramrod in, you want to make sure that you don't grind on the edges. You just want to make sure the rag is what's touching the barrel, not the actual ramrod itself. Okay, that's one. And now I'm going to do a twist maneuver as I go down to really get this barrel cleaned out on the inside. There we go. That's one dirty barrel. The other thing, if you have the ability after you do this, is to dry fire the blaster to go ahead and get any excess condensation out.